Afternoon, hope you're having a lovely day. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your words, the words that you say and the words that you think. Myron Golden said, "The more words you know, the more clearly you can think." Thinking clearly is one of the first steps to becoming free from anxiety and depression. Thinking clearly and well gives you the ability to look at your situation more objectively, which in turn gives you a new perspective on your own situation. Do you ever find that when someone talks to you about a bad situation that they're in, all the answers as to what they need to do to correct the situation seem to be easily available to you? Yet when you're thinking about your own situation, the answers seem distant and clouded and difficult to find. This is because it's very difficult to be objective about your own situation, simply because you're stuck in the middle of it. Without the benefit of being able to look at it without emotional content and memory triggers. When you're the one experiencing the difficulties, it's often very difficult to get a good perspective on the situation due to the fact that you're currently stuck in that situation and dealing with all the baggage that comes with it. This is why we have psychologists and counsellors, so that we can discuss these various situations with someone who has a thorough understanding of therapeutic tools and who can view your situation from a completely neutral position and a clearer perspective. But what if you don't have access to these experts? What if you're afraid to go and see someone, or you'd rather deal with the situation yourself? What are the options? Well, to be honest, I'd always advise talking to someone about your situation. There are many counsellors and therapists who work online and can easily do Zoom conversations or the like. Some are very reasonably priced and will be able to give you an outside expert perspective on your situation, which will help you to overcome your issues and move forwards in life. I make myself available for counselling sessions a few days a month so as to be able to talk to people face to face and help them through whatever they're experiencing. Alternatively, if, like myself, you prefer to work through your problems by yourself and learn new tools for change, then I highly recommend purchasing a copy of No Worries by Phil Markham, The Ultimate Guide to Anti-Depression. In it, there's many great tools and tips for creating positive and lasting change in your life and circumstances. Whatever you're going through, you can overcome it. You can beat depression. You are an incredibly made individual whose victory over anxiety and depression is assured, as long as you're willing to fight back and never give up. Going back to the original subject, your words matter. Firstly, how you talk to yourself matters hugely. You are so special and so loved, but you may not realise it yet. Your current situation is not the whole journey. It's just a small part, and that part will pass. The sooner you investigate methods of overcoming depression and anxiety, the sooner you will begin to repair yourself and start on the road to freedom and a brighter future. Remember to talk kindly to yourself. Think of yourself as a child trying to make his or her way in this world. Imagine that you need to talk gently and encouragingly to yourself in order to build yourself up and rebuild your own value and confidence. Give yourself the gift of being kind to yourself. You deserve it. You really do. Secondly, read. If you're able, as much material on overcoming depression as you can. Read up on tools, tips, methods, guidelines on how to beat depression or anxiety. If you have difficulty reading due to eyesight issues or other factors, then get the audiobooks. No Worries is now available on Audible, as are many other great titles by some very gifted people whose knowledge and wisdom has helped myself but many other people out of depression and into a much brighter future. I'll list a few quickly as an example. Tony Robbins, absolute diamond, taught me loads. Joyce Meyer, amazing woman, absolutely fantastic wisdom and advice. John Grinder, Richard Bandler, Myron Golden, the list is huge. You just have to find the people that you enjoy listening to and who impart wisdom into you to help you become more than you are right now, to help you overcome the issues that you're facing so that you can go forwards and become the person that you're meant to be. Remember, reading increases your vocabulary. As your vocabulary increases, so does your ability to define and understand things, and in turn you become able to think more clearly. It sounds so simple, and it really is. Most of the major answers in life are simple. We overcomplicate everything in this world. You become able to think more clearly, and the problem is, the more you become attached to your screens and devices, the more you give yourself momentary small dopamine hits, but they're of no real long-term value. It's like walking through life and just constantly jabbing yourself with a feel-good drug every now and then, just to kind of make yourself feel a little better, and then it just sort of runs out again, and you need another one and another one and another one. So you're just permanently stuck on the screen morning, noon and night, and it's no good for you. It really isn't. It doesn't improve your life. It doesn't help you in any way, shape or form. It just puts a part of your brain to sleep that worries about things and just sort of distracts you from reality. But that's not how you overcome something. Overcoming something means facing it and becoming more than it, overcoming it. Reading or listening to audiobooks increases your knowledge, gives you the verbal tools that you need, and begins to fix you and increases your vocabulary so that you can think more clearly. These things are vitally important to your life. Oh, great. Sorry, computer's being an idiot at the moment, my bad. Right. We're going to do a very quick exercise later on tonight. When you're alone and have a little time, place a chair in front of you and sit opposite that chair. Imagine you've come through the difficulties that you're currently going through and are now able to sit down and talk with your past self. The imaginary person sitting in the chair opposite. This is a really old psychological tool which it's helped millions. It's absolutely fantastic when you get the hang of it. Try it. It will change your perspective and your outlook on where you are right now. Really focus and try and see yourself in the other chair. Imagine yourself there. If you have to close your eyes, do so. If not, do it with your eyes open. Now talk to yourself. Ask yourself what's really going on, what's wrong, and how you feel about it all. Then swap seats. Be yourself again. And explain the situation to yourself while imagining seeing your wiser, slightly more mature self in the opposite chair. When you've explained the situation, swap seats again. Mull over what your other self has just told you. Maybe write down a few key points and have a good think about what you can say to them in order to help them recover and move forwards. Remember, you know yourself better than anybody does. You can be as brutally honest with yourself as you need to be, whilst always remembering to treat yourself with love and respect. You'll find that as you look at your other self who's going through things right now, you might find it easier to think more objectively about the situations as you're looking at an imaginary version of yourself from a different perspective. Really throw yourself into this role and seriously decide that you're going to find your way free from all these issues. Continue this back and forth process for about 10 to 15 minutes and then write down whatever conclusions you may have discovered. You may be able to see a different perspective on your situation by removing yourself from yourself for a short period of time, giving yourself the opportunity to view things from a different perspective. Remember, be kind to yourself, and no matter what you've been through or what you may have done in the past, you are deserving of love. For more information on how to recover and overcome depression and anxiety, please like and follow this channel, and have a fantastic day. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'll do my best to answer, and like I said, I do make myself available a few days a month for counselling sessions. If you want those, please DM me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a fantastic weekend. God bless. Take care.